Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy you're all here. And in today's video, I thought we would have a little fun and take a trip down memory lane. I decided to try out some of my favorite beauty products that I used as a teenager and to see if I still would like them as a 54-year-old woman. So I had a lot of fun doing this and I hope that you enjoy. And if you happen to be around my same age, maybe some of these products are things that you used when you were a teenager as well. Okay, so why don't we go ahead and we get into the first product that I purchased that I used to use in my teen years. The first thing that I purchased that I used to use all the time as a teenager were a package of lip smackers. Do you remember using these? I loved these when I was a teenager, and I think I started using these even when I was probably like 12 or so, because I wasn't allowed to wear makeup, but just having like a flavorful lip balm I thought was really cool. And I have to tell you that even as a grown woman, there's still something fun about having a lip balm that smells and kind of tastes exactly like some treats. Like, this is my favorite one out of the package that I've been enjoying, and it's the cotton candy scent. And I really like this. They are really nice lip balms, and I am going to use these up. So the package had 8 different lip smackers, and I've been enjoying trying them. The watermelon, there's oatmeal cookie, the cotton candy. The one though that I thought would be in here that I remember from my teen years was the bubblegum flavor, but there was no bubblegum flavor here. But you know what, there's something still fun about having a lip balm that smells delicious and tastes like a treat. I mean, there's just a plain vanilla. So I've actually just been enjoying these again. I kind of keep them scattered about in different purses and, near where I sit here. And if my lips ever feel dry, I just put them on, and they're actually very nice lip balms. And so I will use these up, and it's just kind of a fun thing. So it was neat to go back and revisit these and realize that I still actually do like these. All right, so when we were growing up in our teen years, there wasn't a lot of use of sunscreen, if you remember. And I mean, I'm sure I wasn't the only one. There were times when I did use baby oil, but because I am so fair-skinned, I really always had to wear at least some kind of sunscreen when I was a teenager, because otherwise I would just completely fry up. Well, I picked up recently this Coppertone 15. And the reason I did this is obviously not the one that I had in my teen years, but this smells exactly like Coppertone 4, if you remember that from your teen years. I believe it had like a green labeling on the bottle. And this sunscreen, if this does not smell, oh, it smells exactly like that Coppertone 4 that you were used to using, if you ever did use that. And they say that fragrance is just a big trigger for memories, and boy, is this ever. I smell this and it almost makes me think of my mom too, because she was a big tanner, but she always did use the Coppertone 4. And when I smelled this, I thought of her, which was a really nice thing too. But it really just brings you back to those days when you were laying out with your friends, or you went on spring break vacation, and just the smell of this Coppertone 15, it just brought me back immediately. I know the 15 is not the recommended SPF that we should be using, but I have to say I'm gonna sneak this in on my arms and legs, and somehow, just because I love the scent so much. If you ever want to, be transported back to the summers of your teen years, this Coppertone 15 will definitely do it for you. I really love it, even though I know I'm not getting the protection that I should. I'm still gonna use this summer. So this was another product that I still love from my teen years. I have done a skincare routine since probably like 13 or 14. I was consistently washing my face every night before bed. And I think what I started out using was Noxzema, if you ever remember that. And they still do have Noxzema, but I just was afraid to try that because I thought it would wreak havoc on my skin at this point. So they do still sell it, but I did not get that. I actually ordered the Neutrogena bar, and I got a 2-pack of these from Amazon. Do you remember these clear, let me open it up and show you, these like translucent bars that they had? I used this most of my teen years. And when I tried using the other bar one night to wash my face, I will tell you that my skin does not react as well to it as it used to when I was a teenager. I found this really, really drying, and my skin just had that like tight feeling afterwards. So this is not something I can use as a 54-year-old woman. And I laugh because I remember washing my face with this as a teenager and then using Seabreeze, the astringent. Do you remember that afterwards? How I did not have like the worst skin ever as a teenager, I don't know, because I can't imagine how drying that must have been. I do remember sneaking into my mom's room and sometimes using her oil Volée. Do you remember it was in the pink glass bottle with a black top, and I would put some of that on my face because it was so dry and tight after using this and Seabreeze. But sadly, this one I can't use as an adult. All right, going back to along the lines of how fragrances can really bring memories back. I purchased a bottle of Love's Baby Soft perfume. And can you believe they still make this? And when I sprayed this on, when I got it, it brought me back to when I was probably like 14 or 15, and I wore this every single day to school. And do you remember, like in 17 magazine, there were always the ads for this, and it was like this real pretty girl like on a bike, and she was always talking to some really good looking guy, and it just made you want to be her, and that was me. And I love how this just brings me back to that time. And I have to tell you, it is kind of a nice fragrance. On the box here, they give the notes, and the top notes are lemon leaf and orange. The middle notes are lily of the valley, jasmine, and rose. And then the base notes are sandalwood, vanilla, powdery, and a creamy musk. So it actually is kind of a nice, like light, clean smelling fragrance. And you know, I just love it though, because when you smell this, it instantly transports you back to your teenage years. So this has been so much fun, just spritzing this on every once in a while, and it just brings me back. And I was just so surprised that they still had this. I wonder if girls nowadays, if teenagers even know about this and even wear it or what, but I was really so happy to find this Love's Baby Soft. The next product from my teen years that I recently purchased and tried again was this Sebastian Shaper Hairspray. And I will tell you that this was not the first hairspray I used as a teenager. The first hairspray that I used was Aquanet. And I know they still have it, but I just could not bring myself to buy that and try it again, because that smell, I think, is just ingrained on my brain from the bathrooms at my high school or the locker rooms in the high school. It was the smell of Aquanet. And I remember that we used to spray our hair with that, and I don't think it would move if we were out in hurricane force winds. I mean, it was the most unnatural looking hairspray. And I don't, you know, and I don't mean to shame anyone if you still like Aquanet. Maybe it has gotten better, but I remember that, I mean, your hair just, it did not move when you put that on. And I don't know why we were going for that look, but oh, we did. We used it all the time. And then I had a friend who, one of my best friends in high school was a year ahead of me, and going to visit her in college when I was a senior, and she was using this Sebastian shaper, and I tried it and I was hooked, because this hairspray is kind of like the anti-Aquanet. Your hair actually moves, you can touch it. And I've been using this again now and love it just as much as I did. I don't know why I strayed from this, but this Sebastian shaper is a really good hairspray. And it made me chuckle too, because I thought this was so, you know, pricey. I would save up my part-time job money to buy these cans of hairspray because it was pretty expensive as compared to Aquanet back in the day. But I still like this hairspray, and this was a nice surprise that this is something I will still use as a 54-year-old woman. So friends, I hoped you enjoyed that trip down memory lane with me. And please, in the comments, if there's any other products that you remember that were really popular when we were teenagers or back in the 80s, go ahead and list them. I would love to see if they're still available or what products that you loved. I just think this is all just so much fun to revisit these products. And friends, thank you again for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.